In a right-angled triangle, for a given angle theta, there are three key ratios: sine theta equals opposite divided by hypotenuse, cosine theta equals adjacent divided by hypotenuse, and tangent theta equals opposite divided by adjacent. Let's use worked example 1. We have a right-angled triangle with angle 30 degrees, and the hypotenuse is 10 centimeters. We want to find the length of the opposite side. Since we know the angle and the hypotenuse, and we want the opposite side, we use the sine ratio. So opposite equals 10 times sine of 30 degrees. Sine of 30 degrees equals 0.5. So opposite equals 10 times 0.5, which equals 5 centimeters. Now let's look at worked example 2. This time we know two sides of the triangle. The adjacent side is 6 centimeters and the opposite side is 8 centimeters, and we want to find the angle theta. Since we know both the opposite and the adjacent sides, we use the tangent ratio. So tangent theta equals opposite divided by adjacent, which is 8 divided by 6. 8 divided by 6 equals 1.333, so tangent theta equals 1.333. To get theta on its own, we apply the inverse tangent to both sides. This gives theta equals inverse tangent of 1.333, which equals 53.1 degrees. Here's the trick to remember all this. The phrase SOH CAH TOA tells you which two sides go with which ratio. SOH means sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, CAH means cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and TOA means tangent equals opposite over adjacent. Before you touch your calculator, label every side of the triangle as opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse relative to the marked angle. Here's where learners often trip up. They pick the wrong ratio because they haven't labeled the sides relative to the angle first. This is especially easy to get wrong when the triangle has been rotated on the page, because the opposite and adjacent sides can look like they've swapped places, even though the hypotenuse is always the side opposite the right angle. So here's the teaching tip. On every single triangle, even ones that seem obvious, physically label all three sides as opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse relative to the given angle, before you write down any ratio. This small habit prevents almost all sign and ratio errors in trigonometry.